Please silver. Please silver. Oh, I got silver. Yeah!
Hi.
Screw this game! Who's on? Who's on? Oh my god! What's up everyone, this is Hayden Games, back from a video, and today it's going to be a bit of an interesting one. So we're going to be checking out a Minecraft animation plus a Minecraft story, both created by G the Gamer. I have shown a couple of his animations on the channel before as a reaction, when I compiled it with a bandit visual life video by Craftronix. This is a animation based on Craftronix's Minecraft animation series, so this will be interesting to check out for this, as well. The story is also based on you get the idea. So I'm going to be checking both of these out today. I'm going to be watching the animation first, and I'll be checking out and reading the story as I go into a story mode at that point. So let's check both of these out. I have seen a bulk of this animation, but I haven't heard it with sound, and there's an ending to it that I have not seen at all. So let's check this out today, see what this is like. I have high hopes for this guy. He seems to be making pretty good animations, and I'm just hoping he does get better. So yeah, let's get into this. If we can hit like 10 likes on this video, great, appreciate it, and let's get into this animation. So this animation is called Luna versus Darkness. So you're probably going to be seeing Luna with her powers face this darkness creature. I mean, I've seen some of it, so let's get into this and enjoy it right now. I'm not going to attempt the voices because I know these are both female. Okay, interesting sounds there. True. Sounds a little bit odd, I will say. Oh, okay. Oh, yes! Damn. That was very much like a soul moment right there. Okay, I should call that. Alright, I really love the movement of all your animations. It always looks so good. Nice teleport. Okay, it's probably coming up laggy on this end, but I don't know if it's because I'm in currently 30 FPS for the animation. I don't know if he uploaded it there, or if I might check the YouTube version and see if because I did download this off a YouTube video downloader, so I'll probably watch the video in itself afterwards, so he still gets the full credit for it, but I will have to check it because it seems a little bit wonky at times as well. Okay, so I haven't seen past this point. This is all new to me. Oh. So she made it a dream the entire time. Oh. Ah, so it wasn't a dream. Okay. I really like that ending. Alright. That was a pretty good decent animation. There was a little bit choppiness towards the end, but I don't know if that's just the source I got from, or if the animation was actually like that. I'll double check after I'm done recording, but I just wanted to quickly show react to the full animation through my editing software here. Alright, so now I'm going to switch over to his Discord server, to Craftronix's Discord, to read G the Gamer's story. let's see what that's all about as we switch over to a story mode. Alright, so here we are on his story here on Craftronix's Discord. Let's give this a read, shall we? So the story is called Bandit Adventure Life, Auras, and Magic. This is going to be an interesting one. Okay. A call for help. The door sealed behind Zed as he stepped into the large black room that was practically empty other than the large grey meeting table that took up the centre of the room. Socrates sitting dead centre. A massive screen mounted on the wall behind him displayed the Hunters Association logo, lighting up the room with a pale white glow. "Ah, Zed, I'm glad you could have made it. Come on, take a seat. I heard you wanted to speak with me, and you specified I should come alone," says Zed as he takes a seat across from him. "So I can only assume this must be important." "Yes, I fear so," Socrates responds. "But last night I received word from an associate of mine in Arconia requesting help from the Hunters Association, and he specifically asked for you." "Oh, really?" Zed retorts, a smirk growing across his lips as he reclines back in his seat. "Glad to see someone recognizes my greatness. I can only assume they must have one hell of a problem if they needed a coffin backup." "Yes, from what I've been told, I heard that a dark mage has appeared outside their capital city, Hyperia, at the Lunar Shrine, and with them they've brought hordes of undead which their guard has been able to deal with." "Okay. However, the mage has also summoned a powerful cryomancer, and they say any attack thrown at them is deflected back. And the pairing with the coming of the Blue Moon Festival has set off alarm bells in his head." Zed cracks his knuckles and chuckles. "I am far stronger now than ever, so this should be a walk in the park for me, Marco, and me." "About that," Socrates interrupts, "I prefer if you have the bandit who defeated you accompany on this journey." "What?" Zed asks, his eye noticeably twitching. "Since that boy is the son of the Green Demon and does indeed have similar aura powers, then he could become an invaluable asset to our association. So I'm tasking you with showing him the ropes, since you two already seem to be accustomed." I do like his poster render here. Oh, I just realized that must be Socrates on the right then, because I initially didn't recognize him. I don't know who the left. I think that could be the mage that was discussed earlier. Oh wait, no, it's probably the one at the back with the red rune rings. I don't know who the one on the left with Z is. Yeah, so I just looked back up. So that one in the back is probably the cryomancer. I don't know who the one on the left by Z is though. Still, and I'm really curious about Luna's blades there. I wonder if we'll get more info on that in the story. "Do you think you could do that, Zed?" Socrates asks. Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a total walk in the park." Zed responds, often to try and disguise his annoyance. "Good, then you'll leave tonight. The informant should be waiting for you in the town hall in Hyperia. I'll let him know you're on the way, and once you arrive, just ask for Apollo and you should be able to find him," says Socrates. Zed sighs and begins to leave, but pauses when Socrates calls out to him again. "I'm putting my trust in you, Zed. I wish you luck." Zed gazes over to him and speaks. "You have nothing to worry about. I always deliver." And with that, he departed. That very night, after some convincing and explaining the situation to the others, Zed, Pro, and the stowaway Luna departed for Hyperia, but not in style. Instead, they were booked on an ordinary wooden sailing ship for a 2-day sailing. Socrates thought it best that they travelled discreetly. Zed was sure to have him have a piece of his mind when they returned. Okay. The plight of Hyperia. The ship's bell rings from one of the upper decks, reverberating through its wooden hull, waking Zed from his light sleep. I guess we're almost there. He hopped from his berth and made... berth? I think I said... the... confusing it with, like, actual birth and birth. Whatever. And made his way up to the upper deck. As he stepped out into the night air, he was instantly struck with the smell of the salty sea air. He stared ahead, and in the distance, the light of the city ahead twinkled in the night. He nodded, making his way back downstairs and knocking on the room door across from his. Alright, lovebirds, it's time for you to get up. We're almost there. Okay. Oh, I like how he's actually doing renders of, like, at least some of the scenes here. That's actually very cool. I might put a couple of my own in here, but I really am appreciative of these images here. No longer than about an hour later, the wooden gangway slams against the docks as the afterwards begins. Zed, Pro, and Luna are amongst some of the first to get off, and Pro couldn't be happier. As to put it frankly, motion sickness was a pain in the ass. True. The environment was lively with music filling the air, the distant booming of drums, the chime of bells, the strings of guitars. There were people everywhere as many ships either entered or departed the harbour. The atmosphere was electric. Alright, look alive. We're here. Apollo should be waiting for us, so let's not waste any more time. The trio took off down the docks, joining the long line of excitedly chattering folks heading towards the towering wooden gates leading to the town, with armoured guards and traditional knights' garb flanking either side, checking everyone for weapons as they passed through. It noticeably becomes more tense as they near, but luckily they passed through without issue, and once they enter the town they are hit with a magnificent sight. The city's alive with a sea of dancers dressed in brightly coloured costumes, some even with decorative feather adorning their headdresses. Massive decorative parade floats slowly down the street behind them. Lines of drummers and other musicians playing tubas, saxophones, guitars and bells play all the while acting as backup dancers. The sidewalks are flooded with excited parade goers dancing along to the festivities. Strings of fireworks shoot up in the sky, exploding in a rainbow of colours lighting up the already vibrant night sky. Wow! Exclaims Luna. Forgive my female impression. There's not much I can do about that. I wasn't allowing it for the animation, but I have no choice but to do it here, so I apologize for that in advance. What did we just walk into? Zed chuckles. How did I forget? The Blue Moon Festival. Blue Moon Festival? From what I've learned on the way here, the people of Arcona celebrate the coming of the Blue Moon as they believe it signifies... Oh, that was probably a typo. As they believe it signifies the coming of the Moon Spirit. Zed explains. So is it just a legend, or does the Moon Spirit actually appear? Luna asks. As far as I'm concerned, it's more of just some kind of holiday than anything meaningful at this point. They look around and notice the largest parade float for a massive papier-mâché model of the blue moon at its center. But we don't have the time to watch a parade. We have a mission to complete, he says, walking away from the parade. Luna and Pro followed behind him. I know the continents were huge, but never in my life did I imagine that there's so many places I've never seen or things I didn't know. This has been one hell of a wild year. It's been a hell of a year for all of us, and who knows what awaits us at the end of the journey, Steve retorts. Watch out! A voice yells from behind them. Two masked men rush past them carrying heavy bags filled with books, most likely stolen property. Oh boy. Laughing as they go. A group of knights charging behind them, struggling to keep up in their heavy armor. Stop, thieves! One yells as he doubles over trying to catch his breath. Wow. Zed smirks and turns to Pro. You want to have a little fun? Pro chuckles, rubbing his hands together. Zed goes to draw his sword, but pauses. His attention is immediately diverted when two pale blue orbs of energy streak past them. Okay. One of the criminals notices them and dives out of the way, but his friend isn't so lucky, being struck down in an instant. The second orb stops midair and redirects, flying behind the other. Okay, so I think that you need to probably work on a little bit of punctuation here, because it's tough for me to know where I need to stop, and like some sentences aren't fully making sense, I will say. The sword and slices through the blast, which explodes on impact, snapping his sword clean in half. He spins on his heels, looking to see where it came from, but isn't given much time to think as the ground lights up underneath him. Again, you probably need to work on that, I will say. Oh no, maybe I just read that wrong. As the ground lights up underneath him, a magic rune appearing below him. That's the guard, right? Oh wait, hold on. Oh yeah. Oh god! He yells as a massive blast erupts from underneath him, tossing him up into the air. He tumbles back down, slamming into a rooftop before tumbling down to the street below, unconscious. The guards cheer to apprehend the criminal, whilst cheering along the way. Oh, yeah, so that is cool. Okay. Are we able to find out who did that? Oh, I think we are. We should have known the Blue Maiden would have never let these fools get away, one of them says as they drag the criminals away. The Blue Maiden. I could have sworn Socrates said this place had no hunters or powerful aura users of its own. Because I'm sure that was an aura attack, a mirror type if I'm right. We're being watched, Pro says, glaring over one of the rooftops over from them. Zed turns and sees a lone figure standing on a rooftop watching them with glowing blue eyes that slice through the darkness of night. Who's that? Luna asks. That must be the Blue Maiden those guards were talking about. Are they a threat? Pro asks. I don't know. Let's just avoid this so-called maiden and get to her informant, Zed retorts. They watch as the maiden leaps off the roof and onto the streets beyond as they continue to the town hall. After a few moments of walking, they arrive at the town hall, a two-story wooden building with a clock tower rising from its center. You two, wait out here and keep an eye out if our guest makes another appearance. Pro sighs and rolls his eyes, leaning on one of the pillars, while Luna just nods. Zed pushes through the dark wooden doors and enters the town hall. Ahead of him was the front desk, which is completely empty. He looked around, seeming to be in some waiting room, a few sofas lining the opposite walls, and the quiet tunes of smooth jazz filling the air. Hey, is anyone here? I'm looking for Apollo. He calls out. Ah, very good. I'm glad to see you made it, a voice calls out. Zed whips around but he can't see anyone around. Be at ease, I'm right by the desk. Zed turns to face the desk and watches in surprise as an old man with a long grey beard materializing, wearing blue and gold decorated regal robes. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Oh! A potion of invisibility, he says, shaking the empty potion bottle. Apologies for the little scare, young hunter. Hyperia isn't as safe as it used to be, so I must take precautions to ensure my well-being. He continues, extending a hand for Zed to shake, which he reciprocates. Damn. I am Apollo, the overseer of Hyperia, and I assume you must be Zed. Yes, indeed. I am Zed, the greatest hunter alive. Apollo smiles. Oh! Oh! So it's Apollo. I saw the thing down below. It's Apollo on the poster, not Socrates. Okay. Yes, I've heard many tales of your endeavors, and I'm glad to have your assistance during these most trying times. Socrates informed me of a few things, but I'd like to get the full story before I can come up with a plan. Of course, but wouldn't you want to invite your two companions inside so they learn of the situation as well? What? How did you? I sense their aura signatures, and they seem to be quite formidable as well. He explains, cutting it off. I should have guessed, Zed replies. I'll go get them now. Zed steps outside and brings Luna and Pro inside to meet Apollo, who invites them into his office after some brief introductions. Apollo pulls out a large leather-bound book and flips a few pages before addressing his guest. Okay, we don't have far to go. Just one more paragraph worth. The situation began about 4 months ago during the midst of our preparations for the Blue Moon Festival. A rogue dark mage showed up who practices all forms of dark magic. And with her powers of necromancy, she rose an army of undead to guard the shrine. But our guards and a few of our weaker aura users were able to combat it well. That was until she brought forth a necromancer, who she imbued with dark magic, strengthening them considerably. And after that, all hell broke loose. Many guards and the majority of our only 2 aura fighters fell to the so-called cryo demon, freezing them solid. And then the mage would drain them for their aura. Maybe if I was in my prime, I could have fought it, but those days are far behind me. You have nothing to fear. I will destroy that cryomancer with my raw power and crush that wicked mage with my bare hands, and restore peace to your lands. Zed confidently retorts, crossing his arms. Apollo turns to Zed. While I appreciate your enthusiasm, I think a slow and strategic approach may be best. So there are some people I think you need to meet first before we can take this any further, and I believe you may have stumbled into her shortly before arriving here. You mean that aura user who stopped those 2 criminals? Pro asks. Yes, the Blue Maiden, an adept aura fighter who's been protecting Hyperia for the last 10 years, Apollo replies. Wait a moment, if you already have an adept aura fighter, then why doesn't she just deal with the situation? Zed questions. And besides that, you said you only had 2 aura fighters. Apollo pauses, trying to come up with an explanation. I don't have an answer for that currently, but from what I've seen, she has been preventing them from expanding too far past the shrine and towards the town walls. He explains. And when I mean our only 2 aura fighters, I mean our only 2 fighters registered with the Hunters Association. The Blue Maiden exists on her own, and all attempts to convince her to join, she's declined all invitation. Apollo stands to his feet and walks over to the window, pulling open the crimson curtain and points toward a tall mountain in the distance. That's where she lives, up on the mountain's peak. And I think it would be best if you made the journey and at least tried to recruit her. I believe the 4 of you combined may be near unstoppable. Oh, I'm curious. Okay. Alright, we'll make the effort, Zed sighs. Excellent, Apollo responds, a bit relieved. There's a good inn right down the road from here. I'd advise getting some rest and tackling the trip in the morning. We'll check it out. Now come on, you 2, let's get going. The trio exit Apollo's exit and exits the building. That's a lot of exits. And exits the building, stopping on the stairs outside. Do you think one person can be that powerful? Moon asks. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out sooner or later. But let's check out that inn. Zed replies. They take off down the road towards the inn, but Zed pauses, feeling someone watching him. He turns around and sees an egret perched on the light post staring at him. Oh, it's a bird. Zed shakes it off and continues on his way, muttering under his breath. Freaky bird. Okay, I'm really intrigued on where the story could go. Alright, that was really cool. A really decent read. Again, try and work on your punctuation sometimes. It's a little bit hard to read because of that. But overall, it's not bad. Yeah, I think he did a pretty good job at writing this, and I'm really intrigued on the plot. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video of me reacting to the story as well as the animation earlier. The link to the official video that we just watched from the animation side as well as G's channel will also be down in the description. I forgot to mention it at the start, I apologize, but yeah. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, make sure to follow my Twitch, the link is down below in the description. The links to the original animation video that we watched as well as G's channel will also be in the description, and I might put the link to our crafts channel in the description as well if you want to access his Discord to read the story for yourself. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Goodbye!